What's up, y'all? This is Shawn Stockman, and this is Voices. It was a lot of things. I think it was a little bit of me, and it was a little bit of just the machine itself. Boyz II Men was at its height, and I think from a standpoint of the corporate structure, they might not have deemed it profitable for me to do a solo record. And it, in turn, made me feel the same way in some degree. So even though I would have loved to have done it, it kind of sat dormant for a while because Boyz II Men, and as we were taught, comes first. And that's pretty much the reason why. I think what changed is my vocabulary as far as like how to express it. Not just literal vocabulary, but musical. You hear things that inspire different ways of writing. Like, for example, now I play guitar. So that gives me a different perspective creatively on what I can do when it comes down to writing songs. And and you're mildly influenced by what you hear currently and things of that nature, from cadences to how rhythmically the melodies kind of ride a track or something like that. And you do it in your own way, and you try to apply those types of things while at the same time not losing who you are as a songwriter. So it's just evolution. It's a natural progression as far as getting older, seeing certain things and how they're done, and then adding that to what you already know. Well, yeah, it has changed. It's become more about what your streaming numbers are and those types of things. And again, those things are great, but you still have to touch the people. You still have to go out and you still have to perform, and not only perform, but know how to communicate with different, because every crowd is different. And we learned early in our career that the world's a big place, and you have to cultivate the market. You have to integrate yourself in the cultures, whether it's in Europe or whether it's in Southwest, DC. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to know how to move and where to move and how to speak and who to speak to and all of those other things. We learned that very early. So I think that's what helped us have the career that we have now. We did a lot of performing in a lot of places, and we developed the relationships and at least a reputation to know how to perform for those particular groups of people, which is why they come back. It's beautiful. It's beautiful because when it comes to music, the other countries of the world aren't so quick to throw something away. The United States we're known for, all right, what's next? All right, what's next? All right, what's next? But because the countries are a lot older than us, they have a different mentality of moving a little slower with something that they love or appreciate. So they're not so quick to throw away a group that might have been hot in the United States 20 years ago. They still love you over there. I know guys now that's been in the industry longer than me that still go overseas and get big bags, because when they love you, and they love you forever practically. So, and again, we learned that only by going there and seeing it and then understanding it for ourselves to say, wow, they're just into the music at the end of the day. They love the songs, and it became an integral part of their culture. So we're blessed, we've been blessed to have that with a lot of countries overseas and in Australia and Asia and even parts of Europe and stuff like that. So, and we go over there still. The EP's called Shawn, it's 5 songs. And, impactful, I think that's hard to answer because I put music out based on my instinct, what I feel, on what I think is something that could be used by people who listen to it. Now, whatever they do with it, that's not on me. And whatever's impactful to them might be different from what's impactful to somebody else. So I can't really call that. All I can do is put as much, heart into every song as I can, and then hopefully it communicates and people feel it and they use it. That's all I can do. Like, once it's out there, it's not in my hands anymore. So, and then I don't even think I want to do that. I don't think I want to dictate, well, this is the most important, because that's somewhat arrogant, and I don't want to necessarily come off like, well, yeah, this is the most important record on the EP, so you guys need to love it, okay? But no, it's more or less like, you know, use it, play it, let me know what you think. The only way you can thank someone that you've been in a relationship that long with is by giving them your honesty. It's the only thing. Like, there's no real gift or something that we can give them, palpable thing, except our voices. And I promise that we will stay the way that we are. We will continue to get better or try to get better. But what we do, we will continue to try and be honest. We will continue to try and be sincere with every endeavor that we do. We won't be phony. We won't be fake. We won't try to become something that we're not. So you get turned off and leave. All we can do is be who we are, and promise you that with every show that you see us in, with every song that we record, we are giving our 100%, because we understand how it's important it is to you, so it's important to me. So that's how I say thank you, by continuing to be as best as I can be whenever I'm on stage, you'll never see me blow a gasket on stage or throw a tantrum or anything like that. I've been in this long enough, and that's not the move. So it's just us being who we are, and continue to be who we are, and to not sell any fugazi stuff. The album's called Shawn. It's an EP, 5 songs. Just the first installment of the upcoming album that'll be out sometime next year in 2019. So get the first 5 songs, get that in your spirit, in your system, and then wait for the next installment, because that'll be coming real soon. Thank you for those who purchased it so far. And you can download it anywhere, iTunes, Spotify, or all those streaming services. So thank you, love you, peace.